my name is FIJ here for Board Game Geek, and I'm sitting down with Benjamin Carignan, and you've brought us a huge box, a Clash of Rage.
Yeah, this is a big baby. This is the Kickstarter project we made 1 or 2 years ago, and we made a lot of time for doing it, but now it's released. It will be available in retail in France in a couple of weeks, and hopefully throughout the world as well. So obviously this is a miniature game, but there are several ways of playing the game. So the main one is the skirmish mode. So we will play with our miniatures and fight each other, the most basic way possible. There are 4 different tribes, and each tribe is different than the others with their own strengths and weaknesses. And each of the tribes have 3 different kind of units: small one, middle one, and big ones. But there are not many units, depending on which tribe we are talking about. And one of the cool thing about this game is that every unit can be customized. You can change it by going to the black market and buy extra stuff to boost them and enhance their power. So you can buy weapons, and you can buy armor as well.
And are you boosting all the units of that type with those items?
All of the units are concerned, but the way we fight in this game is a little bit different than the usual way. Here it doesn't matter if you have 1 of a kind or 5 of a kind, it will strike with the same strength. The thing is, in this game you are trying to have different units in one army. If you have 3 different ones, then you have all of the bonuses. But if someone manages to kill you the last representative of 1 unit, then now you only have those, so you only have those power now.
Yeah, that is interesting.
So the more you have, the more that stands, and the harder it is to get rid of them. But sometimes just like this, you can be strong enough to do what you want. All right, so this is, I will tell you how the game works. So we wanted a very fast game, so it's not a game when you will, go little by little, and I will stay in my side, and then I will maybe in 3 turns do this, and maybe in 3 turns do that. Now it's right away in the action. Usually games only last, 4, 5, 6 round stops.
I was going to say, it says 90 minutes on the box, so yeah, It's definitely fast-paced.
Exactly. The way it works, at the beginning we will draw cards from our deck, and we will choose one. And on these cards, you have different informations. First, you have the initiative here. So the lower the number is, then the sooner you will play during the turn. Then you have all of these units that will go to the battlefield, and you will get gold tokens to buy stuff. So you don't have to get mines to get gold, etc. You have gold all the turns, whatever you do. And then you will play 1 action. During 1 action, you can move your units through the battlefield and maybe fight each other. Or instead of doing that, you can go to the market and buy stuff, as I said, to boost your specs. The way you win in the game is by having 4 points at the end of your turn, and to have points, you have to stand to hold a city. So as long as you are in a city here, an emerald city, then you have 1 point. If you have 2 of them, you have 2 points. So another way of having points is with your crystals. When to get in this city, first you have to defeat elves. So those elves are these tokens there, and when you fight with each other, if you manage to kill elves, then you get crystals, and with your crystals you can spend them in the forges of the board here. So you have to move to the forges, and then you can spend your crystals to forge legendary pieces of equipment there.
Just gonna say those. I'm not sure how well this will show up on camera since this is a foil card. So I will rotate it a little bit. There we go. So that it is actually quite spectacular in person.
Yes, we wanted this game to be over the top. All of these units have really crazy stuff, and then these cards we wanted them to be foiled, to be in the same fashion. So each of those cards, as well as being very powerful, they are also worth 1 point. So you can manage how you want. You can have 3 of them and only 1 city to win, or 3 cities and 1 of them, etc. So this is the main game. Then it's you roll the dice, you have your hits, and then you put your I don't know how to say it in English. You hurt the units to get them out, and that's it for the game. In the box also there's a solo mode to play by yourself, as well as a campaign mode. So we've got 15 different scenarios, and you draw 6 of them randomly. So each campaign is different, and each scenario has its own rules, and you can unlock new powers you get for the next scenarios, etc.
Now, people have been able to see, the minis that we have piled in front of us. Why don't you give us a very quick tour of just the different clans that you have?
Yeah.
Thematically, this is the Steamfield Barony.
Exactly. So this is more of the humankind. These actually are the hardest tribe to play with. They're really tricky. You want to play them to split them and use their strength at the right moment. So you don't go with a lot of them in just one point. You will do a quick thing with the horse one, and you will this one to be very deadly, but to strike first because it's small and quick, etc. So this is the Steamfield Barony. Also, they earn a lot of money, so it's really easy to add extra stuff with the cards.
All right, who else we have?
We now have the Godleaf clan. So these are really strong but really slow. So very fewer units, but they have more shield, so they can stand the damages. All right. We have the Army of the Tomb. So these one, we have a lot of units of them. You can have up to 10 of the small units in the board, but they're really slow. They move really slow, but they're really hard to kill because there are lots of them. So they will go, slowly over the board. And we've got this is the French side. We'll show the English side. Here, the Bulwark tribe. These one are very weak. You can easily kill them, but they are quite fast and quite versatile. And you can have this big fella here, to be the backups for the whole army. So this is the army you can actually play, and you will play against the elves.
Right.
So the elves are tokens you put on the board at the beginning of the game. During the first round, they are quite easy to kill, so you are enticed to go to the city and kill them to get the crystals. But as the game goes by, we will give them more and more, stuff. So they will be harder to kill, but you don't put new tokens on the board, so there will be fewer and fewer.
Yeah. Well, Benjamin, I got to credit you for such a big box. That really is an easy thing to absorb. That you said it was pretty easy to teach, and there it is.
Yeah, this was a very an overview of the rules.
Right.
Of course, there are different rules. How many dice you roll, what kind of things you do. There are a small mechanism that I think it's only in this game, and this is why the game is named Clash of Rage. It's when 2 armies are facing each other. If one is too weak to make damages to the other, let's say the purple one there, they roll their dice, and unfortunately I can't do anything. I didn't kill you any of your units. Then this will give me rage. So next time I will be stronger, and these tokens adds up. And as long as the fight goes on, I'm stronger and stronger until I eventually can kill you.
Well, Benjamin, I really thank you for letting us take a quick look at a very big game, which is Clash of Rage. If you guys want to check that out, that is from Le Bon de Jeu.
Actually, we made this with our friends from Origame, so this is put 2 publishers for one game. That's why the box is.
That's why the box is so big. Benjamin, thank you again.
Thanks.